So moved, Benson.
Second.
Bobby, roll call vote, please.
Yes, Committeeman Benson.
Yes.
Committeeman Robinson.
Yes.
Committeewoman Smith. And Deputy Mayor Fett.
Yes.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to approve the regular bill list and check register dated 4/3/2025?
So moved, Benson.
Second.
Bobby, roll call vote, please.
Committeeman Benson.
Yes.
Committeeman Robinson.
Yes.
Committeewoman Smith.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fett.
Yes.
Thank you.
In accordance with the Lumberton Township Ordinance 2022-01, I will receive and direct all comments from and responses to the public. Each committee member may be given the opportunity to discuss or respond to the public comment. Comments and responses shall be limited to 5 minutes. Now I would now like to open up the meeting for public comment. If you would like to address the committee, please step forward to the microphone and begin by stating your name and address for the record. And I believe that Bobby will be given 30 seconds.
Yes, I'll be
30
giving,
second.
when it comes to the 30-second time, I will be politely interjecting and saying 30 seconds remaining. Thank you.
Good evening, Dawn Donahue, 79 Ward Township Road, Chesterfield, New Jersey. I'm back again. I know you guys have seen it. The footage came out of your mayor. The governor has chimed in, and he does not chime in even when our mayor was convicted, he didn't even chime in. So kudos to you on that. I want to say thank you to Committeeman Benson for speaking up, but I think all of you guys need to band together now because your silence is leading to her allowing to do this behavior. There's that saying, if you see something, you say something. You have to do it. You have to band together and say, we think it's in the best interest of the community that you resign. Because the more you guys stay quiet, the more she feels that this behavior is acceptable. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not judge, jury, or executioner, but I do know this. She needs to focus on herself to be the best version of herself. All of us have to. We're not the best versions of ourselves. We can't be the best version of ourselves for friends, for our significant others, for our kids, and that's just in general. Her behavior on that video was not only embarrassing to the residents, but I feel bad for the police to have to do that. And her blood alcohol was so high, they had to take her to the hospital. At some point, if everybody stays silent, you guys are condoning this behavior, and you cannot let it go on anymore. You guys have to make the executive decision to say, our town means more to us than one person does. And I don't know what's going on, I don't know why only one of you spoke up, and I know it took a lot of guts to do it, but you guys have got to speak up. The other thing is, you guys have residents in this town that are probably doing some pretty incredible things, and she has overshadowed all of this. You have media coverage in here. You probably have never had media coverage like this. So at some point, sitting here and not saying anything, you're allowing this behavior. And I get that there's that whole thing that they have to do the election recall, but I'm sorry. If you guys all band together and say, listen, Gina, we wish you the best, we want you to get the help, we feel what's best for the community that elected us, is for you to step down. Between you guys and the governor, I think maybe she'll do it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm giving her a little too much credit. But with that being said, you've got to think about the residents. Because at the end of the day, the residents elect you, and the residents can pull that rug out from underneath of you. And don't let her destroy this town, because that's exactly what's happening. And I'll say it again, I'll say it again. I was at schools, 2 schools, no food so far in me. I had a work meeting, and I'm back here again. I feel like it's Groundhog Day. But I just don't want to be the person that if she gets out of rehab and comes back to doing this and does something worse, myself or other therapy dog handlers are going to have to clean this up. And I'm going to say this as much as I can. None of you know what it's like. I've been there for tragedies. It takes a toll not only on me as a human being, but on my dog. And I'm tired of coming to things when it could have been prevented. And it hurts me because these residents deserve better. They deserve a committee that's going to stand up for them, and they deserve a committee that's going to have their backs. And I feel bad for them. And I want you to know that I went to my meeting last Thursday, and I told our solicitor, thank you for being who you are, because he came with balls of whatever he needed to answer my questions, or anybody's questions. And again, I just need you guys to understand, I really appreciate Committeeman Benson for speaking up, but I think by you three staying silent is not, it's speaking volumes. And in my opinion, and I may be wrong, so please don't take this wrong way, but if you were in my town and my committee didn't do this, we'd be protesting out there. But by not speaking up, it's speaking volumes. I feel like if I was a resident, I would be like, there's only one committee person that cares about us. Because at the end of the day, if you watched that video, I'm sure you did, and I know everybody in this audience did, and the media did. She had her kid in the car. She was stumbling. Understand that if you guys don't step in, and she does not proceed to focus on herself, this is gonna be a new point, because the next time around, there is no coming back.
Excuse me, you have 30 seconds remaining.
Thank you. And I get it, no one was hurt, thank God, but please, do the residents a favor, band together, and tell her it's time for her to resign.
Thank you for your comment.
Hi, my name is Bryce Gordon, 5 News Sport, Lumberton, New Jersey. I'm here, this is my first time being here, so this is kind of a shock to me. I'm asking around, people are saying there's only 5 people that usually come to these shows. We got cameras crew, yo, like, come on, are you serious? How are y'all standing up here not embarrassed? I just heard that you said something about it, appreciate you, bro. Y'all three gotta say something, because there's only so much that we can do. Y'all actually standing up here and sitting next to this coward. Where is she at? Y'all saying she's at rehab? Allegedly, she posted on, sent an email to someone that she called. This is how I figured out about it. This happened on my Twitter. Refused to call it X. But I found out about this on Twitter when she's sending emails to people talking about, I'm not in rehab, shut up, I'm not stepping down for nothing. Are we seriously allowing this? I'm sorry. When I first heard about this, I was like, no way, this is Lumberton, New Jersey. It's like Lumberton, Florida or something, or Lumberton, Wisconsin. Ain't no way this is Lumberton, New Jersey. Then, shout out Law and Crime YouTube channel. I love y'all. I watch y'all every day. They posted a video about this show. I see that. I see a picture of her standing right there in the center with that in the background. I'm like, no way. I've been in here, not for nothing crazy, just for some traffic tickets. But I've been in here. I saw that joint. I'm like, wait, that's my town. Well, hold on. Then I'm like, okay, innocent until proven guilty. Cool. Then Law and Crime shout out again. Posted a video a few days ago of her body cam. She's hopping up the car, tripping. Are we serious? Tripping off gin? No, listen. Maybe I'm different, but it takes a few bottles of gin to get me tipsy. I'm more of a tequila guy because it hits right away. And mind you, broad daylight, by the way. Broad daylight on St. Patty's Day. She's picking up her kid. It's not like it's 8 o'clock where it's like, all right, I mean, you shouldn't be driving for sure, but maybe you get a little tipsy, I get it. But it's broad daylight. She's picking up her kid from daycare? Are we serious? And nobody got hurt. You know what happened on, allegedly, where the accident happened on? Her kid's side. It's not even like it happened on her side, or it's like, all right, maybe she was defending the kid or something. She hit a pole, allegedly, on her kid's side, and she didn't know until she got out of the car. Are we serious? And y'all aren't saying nothing? Like, listen, maybe I'm different, but I'm a 23-year-old man. When I got a kid with me, no matter if it's my kid, no matter if it's I don't care. It's my responsibility to make sure that kid's safe, especially in my car. Are you serious? I'm making sure that kid gets home safe, that kid is fed, drank. I'm making sure that kid had a fun time. Make sure there's no cuss words, make sure he ain't learning nothing, or she learning nothing bad. Like, that's my responsibility as an adult. The kid can't, 2 years old, 2. Or that kid can't talk, barely can walk. The bro walked to his door all by himself. The mom just standing there. Shout out those 3 police officers, by the way. I didn't think y'all had the balls to arrest her. Shout out y'all. I don't know y'all name, but I saw y'all on camera. I bet you if I see y'all right here, I'll say it to y'all face. Shout out. I'm glad Lumberton got a good police system, because this probably happened in another town. It'll probably be swept under the rug. And shout out to these news. Appreciate y'all for actually showing out and doing something like this for this coward. She doesn't even have the balls to sit up here and say something. She's making y'all look like a joke. She's making y'all sit in front of all these cameras, sit in front of all these people and have to defend her. Y'all have to listen to me, when really it should just be her. She should only be listening to me. I want to call her a coward to her face, because she is one. And her husband is a firefighter, he a coward too. Because firefighters know what drunk drivers look like, especially with kids in the car. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? They got a specialty tool to get people out of them joints, and he nonchalant sitting on the door talking about, oh yeah, she got a problem. Really, if she got a problem, she shouldn't be a mayor. She shouldn't be a mayor. Thank you.
Excuse me, Deputy Mayor, before we proceed to the next individual, as we spoke earlier, the individual that called seeking an accommodation is available. Would you be acceptable to that call?
Do you mind waiting till, thank you.
Thank you. Sir, you may speak. Thank you. Hello? Yes, you can continue. Thank you.
Today, we gather not only as citizens of this community, but as stewards of its values, its integrity, and its future. It is with a heavy heart that I address the recent actions of Mayor Gina LaPlaca of Lumberton, New Jersey. Her arrest on charges of driving under the influence and endangering the welfare of her child has cast a shadow over the trust that we place in our leaders. The body-worn camera video footage has been featured on the YouTube channel Jersey Watcher. Like, share, and subscribe. The facts are clear. On March 17, 2025, the mayor was apprehended for driving under the influence with a blood alcohol content nearly 4 times the legal limit. Even more troubling, her young child was in the vehicle at the time, a situation that could have led to unthinkable consequences. This is not only a lapse in judgment, it is a breach of the ethical and moral responsibilities that come with public office. The law is unambiguous when it comes to the welfare of children. Case law such as matter of Mendoza-Osario underscores that actions likely to harm a child's physical, mental, or moral welfare are categorically unacceptable. Mayor LaPlaca's actions align disturbingly with these definitions, highlighted the gravity of her misconduct. Leadership is not just about policy or governance. It's about embodying the principles we hold dear. It is about settling an example with the community, especially for our youth. When the leader falters so egregiously, it is not just their reputation that suffers. It is the community's faith in the institution. Governor Phil Murphy and many residents have called for Mayor LaPlaca to resign. I also call for her to resign. This isn't a partisan issue. It's a matter of accountability and the preservation of public trust. While we acknowledge the mayor's struggles and hope for her recovery, responsibilities of her office demand a level of conduct that she has failed to uphold. Let us use this opportunity and moment not to only demand accountability, but also reaffirm our commitment to the values that define us as a community. Let us ensure that our leaders are held to the highest standards for through their example that we inspire the next generation. I call on the council to do a vote of no confidence on this mayor and her ability to lead Lumberton Township. It's a travesty that this has happened, but it happened, and we need to hold her accountable, just like we would with any other citizen. But this is the mayor, and she needs to be held accountable by the council and demand her resignation, just as the governor and myself have done. It's a travesty that this happened, but enough is enough. I yield my time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, that was basically everything I was going to say. It's Jim Logan from 16 Eastwood. I asked that you guys all call her to resign. And if not, I ask you specifically, Committee Benson, would you sign a recall petition of Mayor Gina LaPlaca?
Yes.
Lori Fay, Deputy Mayor, would you sign a recall petition of Mayor LaPlaca?
Yes.
Committee Smith, Committee Woman, would you sign a recall petition of Mayor LaPlaca?
Yes.
Committeeman Robinson, would you sign a recall petition of Mayor LaPlaca?
Yes.
And will you all ask her to resign? Committeeman Robinson?
Yes.
Committeewoman Smith?
Ultimately, the request isn't up to me.
I'm just asking if you will request that she resign. Or will you stand by her?
I would request that she takes time to get better.
And how much time do you think that should take? And is there bylaws that say how many meetings specifically that she can miss until she is removed?
Every situation is different.
Are there bylaws?
Yes.
And how many is she allowed to miss until she's removed?
For the record, there are no bylaws. There's state statute.
Then what is the statute? How many times does she miss?
It's not specific about meetings, it's specific about time, and it's my understanding it's about 8 weeks, but that is without looking at the statute right here.
And how long does a recovery from alcoholism of her extent usually take? Does anybody know? Because I think it's
I'm
normally
not-
8 weeks. Well, how about somebody who was driving 4 times legal limit with their 2-year-old child in the car? I'd say they put problems.
I would think that person would take a lot longer than most others.
Is your mic working?
Deputy Mayor, when you test,
No, I don't
Mayor
think so.
LaFawn resign.
Testing 1, 2. Sorry about that.
That's better.
Thank you.
So I would say my short answer is, yes.
Excuse me, sir, your time is up after this
Thank
question.
you.
I'll
And
continue.
Committee,
Oh,
Committee Benson, would you ask her to resign?
Yes, as I stated in my previous, statement last meeting, she should take the time that she needs, but yes, she does need to resign and step down. We need to move the town forward. This is not helping the situations. We're just trying to move the business along.
Submit that paperwork for a letter of intent for recall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for the record, I would like to just state that 8 weeks is for unexcused.
When it's ready, we'll let you guys know.
So if she has an excuse, then that does not apply.
South Jersey News. I was hoping for the mayor to be here, but I guess she's not. But I wanted to say, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This isn't just a mistake. This isn't some just minor lapse of justice. This is a disgrace. The mayor, the person elected to lead this town, got behind the wheel drunk with a toddler in the back seat, and she also crashed her car. Let's not sugarcoat this. Gina put her own child's life at risk. She put everyone on the road's life at risk. What if she had killed someone? We'd all be standing here mourning the tragedy instead of demanding justice for the crime that still somehow hasn't led to her stepping down. And you know what makes it even worse? If it were any of us sitting here today and got caught driving with a kid, wasted with a kid in the car, we'd all be in jail right now. We wouldn't have the luxury of waiting to see what happens. Our jobs would be done. Our names would be dragging through the mud. And I'm sure as hell, we still wouldn't be holding a position of power, like nothing happened. This town is pissed. We are disgusted. And we're not going to sit back and let this be swept under the rug. The mayor, she failed this town. She failed as a leader, and worst of all, she failed as a mother that day. You don't get to come back from this. You don't get to smile and pretend like this was just a bad dream. We demand your resignation now, not next week, not after some PR stuff where you apologize and try to spin this, but now. Lumberton deserves better. Our kids deserve better. Our community deserves better. And if you won't do the right thing and step down, then we'll make sure you're removed. So to the officers who held the line and did their jobs with integrity, we stand with you. But to the mayor, enough of the bullshit. You are done. Step down now.
Good evening, my name is Jive in Lumberton. Excuse me, can you just move closer to the microphone so that everybody can hear you?
Pick it up.
Okay, so I wanted to, we all know what happened in the video, we all know what was released on the page, so we knew what the BAC was. But we're all acting like this is a simple addiction. The addiction usually is just the one individual, the individual that is hurting themselves, whether it's alcohol. And anybody that has dealt with counseling in these matters, we know that this isn't the first time that she's driven drunk. This is just the first time that she's been arrested and charged, because that is what's typical of those that either drink or do drugs when they're driving. What concerns me is that when the arrest happened, that the husband was saying that she was a recovering alcoholic. Secondly, he was more concerned about the witness than he was about his own child or every single person on the road. And so I'm not concerned about what happened. I'm angry because my kids are on this road and they have cars that they can afford, which, as you know, when we're young, they are defenseless against expensive cars or bigger cars. So she decided and made a choice to not only drive during the day drunk, but to drive Delran, Morristown, Mount Laurel, and Lumberton. She put not only the Lumberton citizens at risk, but every single jogger, bicyclist, walker. Think about this. Those time periods, kids were coming home from school. Parents were driving their cars and vans full of children. And she crossed the middle of the line to the opposing traffic. How many times? We have to look at the video again. But this individual who witnessed it saw it more than a few times and went into the grass and back on. So this isn't a simple, oh, one and done. This isn't a simple glass of wine and you're done. My issue is that the reason why she needs to resign is that she is more concerned about her position than she is about herself or her children or her family or any of us. She doesn't work for herself. She works for the taxpayers of this town. She answers to us. She can't even handle answering to herself. And an addictive personality, this takes a very long time. And someone with that level of alcohol with open containers during the day, driving with her kids, every single wrong decision that you can make, and you're telling me that she can handle the stress, which is really difficult when you're an addict. She can handle the position of mayor. This isn't going to stop. We're not going to quietly go away and say, oh, she's cured. There's no such thing. And when we counsel these people, they regress over and over again. So this is a long-term thing. She needs to resign. She needs to take her family and her husband, and they need to get together because it's not working for the township, and it's a massive embarrassment. And we have a lot of good people on this committee, but you guys are telling me not one of you knew that she had a drinking problem. Now, I have a problem with that because I counsel people that are addicts. So that means that you either ignored it or hope that this wasn't going to impact somebody. So if this is ignored, and then next time that she either injures or kills someone, it won't just be her neck on the line. It will be every one of you. So think about everybody else and be selfish and think about your position. Because now you are at risk too. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, or how you say, hola. My name is Louis. I'm a Mahali resident in the county of Burlington. Just curious question. Revolution 80 and 84, can you explain to me in more depth?
The resolution 2025-84?
80 and 84.
80 and 84? Okay. So with regard to 84, that is it's basically allowing the residents of Lumberton Township clean, affordable power, and it's going to be energy savings, and it's going to be built to the safety code and standards, and it will provide over half of the subscribers low and moderate income households, and it will be built on an existing rooftop on the location of 691 Main Street, and it's good use of a rooftop space, and their asset management team will be reaching out to the residents of Lumberton Township for those interested in that particular project. And then 2025-80, is basically a standard, resolution that we do each year prior to the introduction of the resolution. So it's kind of like just a standard format resolution that's required.
Thank you. And a question for the solicitor, if you can answer this. At the last meeting, you said the entire committee cannot censor the mayor. Am I right?
Did not say.
Okay, you can
I did not
rephrase
say
it.
she couldn't be censored. I just said that that is something we were considering and have yet to do. They didn't
Okay.
have the ability to censure the mayor.
You guys have all the power right now to censor her. You have all rights and power, like they did censor our ex-mayor Richard Dow. You have the power to do that, to censor her for any further action against, on her duties. That's allowed. I know that I was there.
Yeah, so yes, they have.
It can't be
every
any different
committee
than Mount
member
Holly
has-
and Lumberton.
Yeah, so every committee member has the ability, they would have to pass a resolution to censure the mayor. It's just something that they are considering actively.
I would like you guys to start a revolution before the end of the night on your agenda to have a executive session to how to censor the mayor for any further action. Second is the reason is this is our Gina's husband, Jason Curry, should be there, helping her instead of corrupting both towns. He should both of them step down as a vice director and Gina as the mayor just for her husband to take care of her. I'm just wondering what is Gina's kids is thinking about, especially Nick, the older. Why he looking at this, his mom being in the news. What Angela think about it. Well, everybody, I said, for this to be correct, the right choice is for Jason Cole, the vice director of Mahal, to step down and take care of Gina. That's the best solution for both towns.
Mr. Lopez, we can't comment on that.
Thank you. The way I have. If you want more info, more in depth, just type in Google and YouTube Louis Lopez Mount Hardy. You will find all the videos of both towns to see kind of why is Jason Clark is being corrupted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Chris Thomas, 114 Heritage Drive. Yesterday I sent Mr. Robinson over there some questions that I was going to ask. And most of them have been answered, but I will ask them again. To piggyback off of what Louis just said, are you guys prepared today to censor her?
Say that again?
Are you prepared today to censor her? You can answer or interrupt me, but are you prepared today to remove her as mayor and reappoint a new mayor going forward, if that is the case? On Tuesday, Governor Murphy came out, said that she should step down. Do you guys agree? Do you agree with her, with Governor Murphy?
I agree with the governor's comments.
Okay. I mean, I think you guys all pretty much answered the question with some of the other stuff, but I'm just gonna go through. This one hasn't been asked, but according to reports that she is in inpatient rehab, and knowing how the workings of inpatient rehab are, have her computer, tablets, phones for the township been turned in? And her emails credentials shut off so she does not have any access to sensitive information, and or anybody else has access to that information? No? Nobody's
No, not as of yet, I'm sorry.
Okay, so no, so she still has access to anything if she was in or not in?
It was my understanding that she voluntarily turned that.
I mean, it would go to, you would know, or Bonnie would know, so.
But it wasn't turned in the power.
We have not.
Not Not
Her
at this
township
time.
stuff,
No.
no, okay, so she still has access. So you answered my question number 5 about publicly calling for her to step down.
One moment, I think our administrator, Meredith, did you want to say something?
Why doesn't she ever show up? Pay her money.
She's walking, she's very sick. She's been in the
She's
hospital.
never been in the meeting though when I've come.
Say it again, please, Meredith, and I'll say it out loud. We said no devices have been turned in. Say it again. She made a note to say that the mayor does not have access to any confidential information, social security numbers, she would have to request that.
Okay, but
That would, yeah.
my question is like, nothing's been turned in, so
No.
somebody, if it's sitting on her kitchen counter and somebody has the login, somebody can log in and look at their stuff, right? Okay, that's all I needed. The two of you came out, Mr. Benson and Mr. Robinson, said you would call for her to step down. You guys kind of didn't really answer the question 100%. So we have that. Following the release of the body cam footage, one of the comments that really struck me was that you guys up here, we have great police officers, great police staff, great chief. They're awesome. They're fantastic in the community. On that footage, 3 times she asked, call Chief Nippens, call Chief Nippens, call Chief Nippens. Will you guys come out and publicly condemn her for saying that? Because it puts him in an awkward position. And just to note, he was hired by Gina when he was brought in. So that goes as a conflict of interest, suggests that she had a motive of trying to get special treatment, of asking for that. And her husband are known for that because there is another body cam footage of her husband doing the same thing in Mount Holly.
Mr. Jones, you have 30 seconds left.
Has she apologized to you guys? Has she apologized to the employees that she so holds in high regards for putting you up here to do this? I have like 2 minutes because she was trying to get a question or a response. I have 2 questions. Why have you guys not come out with a statement publicly apologizing for this? Why hasn't she? She sent an email saying that she's not going to resign. No sorry to the township, no sorry to the community, no sorry to anybody, not even her kid. And this will go for you guys. If you guys won't publicly come out and say you'll ask her to resign, are you willing to jeopardize your public service careers by standing behind her?
Your time is up.
Jeff Eversmeyer, 203 Broad Street, Mount Holly. My question to you guys, it's very refreshing. The bigger story is actually going on in Mount Holly with our fire commission. If you want to watch the view of the tapes from yesterday, the way our residents are being treated, I don't know who got you guys elected. Was it the Jason Carty? Did he back any of you in the last election? Yes. Yes? How about you? Yes. Yes. Okay, well in our town, we just had an election, Jason Carty backed the other team, which won. And it was a very nasty campaign, a lot of lies and misrepresentations. So he evidently, that's his MO, he loves to do it in the background. And so he got you guys elected. So if you want to go to some of our council meetings, everything is a 3-2 vote. 3 of his guys and 2 of ours. And nobody has any rights to say anything. They control our meeting. Watch our meetings of our fire commission yesterday. It's absolutely crazy. I got cut off. They don't let you talk. They don't answer your questions. Is this the way this township's going to? Because that's the way he treats everybody. Everybody that's up there, they disrespect the residents. I hadn't gotten involved, I've got grandkids. I've been involved for years. I came back with disrespect to our residents in Mount Holly. by the people who have been voted in by Jason Carter is unbelievable. And this press needs to go there to a fire commission meeting and review it from yesterday. The way they treat our residents is bad. They just do what they want to do, and nobody can speak back. And if you do, they try to crush you. So I guess if you guys go against your backer, you guys will probably get crushed. And the next time there's an election, they'll bring up all this misinformation about you guys up there. So anyway, that's what I've got to say about it. But this is ridiculous that Jason Carty, you guys elected. You guys are in there. And last time I was here, I listened to you guys. You actually sound like you care about this town. You really do. I think you care about the town. But in our town, only people who get to bring anything up, any resolutions up to the town, is the mayor and the manager. Nobody else has a voice in our town. We've got 5 people on the commission, or on the town council. 2 of them never get to bring anything up. The 3 Jason Carty appointees bring up everything. And the only people who actually bring anything to council to be heard or decided upon are the mayor. They changed that when they won the election. The mayor and the township manager. And that's unheard of, because why do we have 5 people sitting up? Right now you got 4 people sitting up here. And what if one day, the only person who can make the decision is the girl right up there in front, and the manager. The rest of your voices are unheard. Come to a council meeting, I dare you, and I want you press to go there, and listen how they disrespect the residents. They don't care about how the residents feel. They don't let them talk. We get 3 minutes. They cut it down for 5. Now we only get 3, and they never respond to you. I listened to the whole meeting yesterday at the fire commission. They do not respond to anybody. You ask a question, we'll take it under advisement, or need to contact somebody, or do this or do that. They never get back to you. Call a number, they don't get back to you. And this is the way this township's gonna head, unless you 4 step up and do what you think is right. I think all of you, listening to you talk last night, I don't even know you people, but listening to you talk, I truly believe that Lumberton is in your hearts, and you want to see the right thing happen. But nobody wants to do anything. I assume that she wasn't elected mayor. She was appointed by the mayor, by the 5 people that voted. She was appointed. So you guys can unappoint her and replace her. Am I correct? Was she appointed or was she elected as mayor?
She was appointed.
Appointed. She wasn't elected as mayor. She'd still be a councilwoman, but she's not the mayor. This is absurd that you guys don't think, you think that she should hold the post as a mayor.
Legally, we cannot remove her.
Yeah,
You're not removing her, you're just making her a councilwoman.
Yes, you can.
Not true.
No, okay. So she just can't be removed as the mayor because she got voted in by the 4 councilmen here. So it's a 1-year term, because every year we pick, when we have a turnover, we pick a new.
reorganization.
Okay.
They can take the title.
Well, I'm sorry, so I guess I'm wrong. But it seems to me like that would be the thing to do. So I'm telling you right now, the press, come to the next council meeting, because they're trying to do something with the hospitals. Come to the fire board commission meeting and look at that from yesterday, and listen to the way they treat the residents. And tell me I'm not wrong or I'm imagining things. They tell you to shut up and sit down, and we're not answering any questions. And I don't want to see this happen in Lumberton, because I have friends that live in Lumberton.
Sir, we have 10 seconds. Sir?
Thank you.
Sir,
Yeah,
I want myself elected.
great.
Jason did not elect me. My husband did not elect me.
Okay.
I did the footwork to get myself elected on behalf of, thank you for the democracy of the town.
Right. Well, I worked on our campaign, and everything was a straight, legitimate campaign. Everything was fact-based. And then all you see is smears and lies on the other side. So, congratulations. I appreciate it, because that's what we try to do in Maui. Unfortunately, we didn't win.
Sir,
Sir.
to the matter of since that's it, no one will ever tell a resident they don't have a voice. We work for the residents. As long as I sit up here, you guys are the voice. Because that's our job up there is to listen to your residents, not to listen to somebody outside voices or anything of that nature. So I don't want anybody to ever think that just because she's here or she's not here, whatever's going on in Mount Holly, that's Mount Holly. This is Lumberton.
I
Lumberton will never
understand.
change.
We've got 2 people on council in Mount Holly that talk, will answer questions and talk, but they're told to shut up. Same with the fire commission. You watched last night. 2 fire commissioners, shut up. 3 of them made all the decisions. This is where it is.
I believe you've run through your time. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
name is Amy Callahan. I live at 236 South Spring Avenue in Lumberton. I also own Brightest Beginnings, located at 1632 Route 38 in Lumberton. I've been in business for 19 years in this town. I am going to, again, plead with you all. First off, I am extremely disappointed in our solicitor, Mr. Dickey. Unfortunately, I personally believe he is leading you incorrectly. We, you're a town that you say you're supporting, we're asking you, cancel this, go into executive session, file a motion for censorship or a motion of non-competence. Stop this meeting right now and go vote. Show the town you support them in what they're asking you to do. He's not guiding you in that aspect. All he's telling the town and you, we can't remove her. We're not asking you to remove her. Vote no competence, censor her. Get her off being our mayor. That's it. She has multiple things she needs to address. Our mayor is not our mayor right now. I will again plead with you all to appoint Terrence Benson as our mayor. He has shown this town multiple times and in multiple situations that he can lead our town into greatness. I ask you right now, stop this meeting and go into executive session and show us that you support what we're asking of you. Stop listening to him if he is not guiding you properly, because we know who put him there. I will ask for his resignation next. You have it within you. Go into executive session right now. Censor her and vote no confidence. You have it right now. Go do it. Show our town you are looking out for our best interests. Telling us we can't remove her. We know you can't. We're doing that. But what you can show us is that you support us in the recall process. Go vote now. I demand it of this town. My taxpaying dollars for both my home and my business demand it. Enough is enough. I'm telling you right now, this is not acceptable. He's not guiding you properly. He's the next one to go. I promise you. I'm coming after him next. Go vote.
Yeah.
If you don't, it shows.
Can I ask one more question?
But you're not gonna guide them now. You're not gonna tell them they should go into executive session.
Ma'am, you're out of line.
No, I'm not.
You are. It's decorum. You can't do that.
Maybe she
No,
should.
I'm really not.
Is everybody done commenting?
No, somebody else go.
We can't have seconds this time, sorry.
Somebody else go.
Does somebody else have a comment?
No water, no second.
Does anyone else have a comment?
Starving, it's like in the jail.
Hi, good evening. My name is Andrea McCann. I live at 77 Point Village Court. I agree with everything that's been said this evening. Mr. Benson, I think you should take the seat as mayor. And why can't she then be demoted enough to report to a councilwoman? And still have your form, you still have I you. She can be removed as mayor. She won't have the same rights in a sense as Mayor would. Benson, I know what you're capable of. I really think that that would be fair enough for everybody. We're, not willing to actually remove her. I think bringing her down to another position will sort of hold while we fill the spot with mayor. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say the fact that he didn't correct her speaks volumes, because he's been correcting everybody else that was wrong. So, yo, y'all do something. What do y'all do? Do something.
Sir.
No. Y'all gonna have to turn off this money. He didn't correct her, anything that she said.
Sir,
He-
please sit down.
Yes.
Sir, there's a decorum. Please, please.
Sorry.
We did hear your concerns.
For the record, we are going into executive session after the public portion of the meeting is over.
See, I told you. See how he corrected that?
For
No,
what?
it's like he didn't correct her. Just saying. I'm just pointing that out.
It's on the agenda, it's on our agenda.
It's always on the agenda.
Right there. You just have
I'm
to.
just pointing it out.
It's always on the agenda.
Executive session is over.
Grant is always on the agenda. If nobody else has any more comments,
Know what your agenda looks like.
Hey, how are you? Good evening, ladies on the board, gentlemen. Good evening, people here. My name is David Yalba from Mount Holly. Everybody has said what you needed to hear, and it's really a crisis. One of the things I would ask the attorney, and one of the things I would ask from you, seeing how you kind of working around in circles here, are you working on some ethics?
That is something we are discussing.
You have to implement a lot of ethics. I'm looking at the 360 ethics. There's a lot of ethics regulations. As the young lady said here, there's a lot of ethics here that cover that. So I can go through it and I can present them to you legally if you like.
No, that we are discussing
Well,
that.
you better address that to the people too, because the public would like to hear it. You guys require, according to a lot of ethics, the state of New Jersey to abide by it. Speaking to the sheriff, Chief? Chief, yes, sir. Chief, how are you? I say it with all due respect. I have a question for you. If someone's at a bar, someone leaves the bar, turns over someone to that person who's leaving the bar drunk, is the bar's responsibility to make sure they get home safely? Put them on an Uber? Generally, the bar's responsible for someone leaving drunk and getting in the car, right? Okay, so who handed the child over to her? Shouldn't we investigate that? So that's important, right? We have to have accountability and transparency. We have to hold them who handed that child over to her responsible. Are you gonna take that up, your attorney?
I'm not the criminal attorney, I represent.
Okay, well, we need that, that's something that we.
I'm not the township prosecutor.
I mean, with all due, I pray for her healing, I pray for the family's healing, I hope that everything gets resolved. But it needs to be done by the family, both of them, all of them. All of them need to concentrate on that, not be torn, one is working someplace else and one is working here. She needs help, she's gonna lose her license. Am I right, Chief?
Didn't have a license.
A driving license.
I'm sorry.
She's gonna lose her driving license? If she doesn't have a license, her husband's gotta drive her around or do things. So I don't know how she's gonna be able to handle the town's, work for the citizens. That's gonna be something that's really difficult. Again, I think it's something that we need to pray for her and, you know, wish her the best. But she needs to step back, concentrate on herself, family, her friends, and you, and the town, and the citizens. Give it a good appearance. As someone here has said earlier, press is here. The press is here, because this is important. This isn't something we can just go, oh gee, one up, you know, let's walk away from it. No, it's gonna be addressed, it's gonna be taken. People are gonna make blogs about it, podcasts about it, so on and so on. The other thing, I invite the press, please come out to Mount Holly. As Jeff was saying, it's important to Mount Holly to see that the press is involved, because they do a lot of things in there that really shouldn't be done. I applaud you for your actions, but it would be nice to have more actions. Now, as far as, didn't get up to address the marijuana, as far as that's concerned, please don't be like Mount Holly. We have seven, Jeff?
Yeah,
Or
seven
six?
now.
We have 7. Why do we need 7 marijuana stores? Is everybody getting high in Mount Holly? Or is everybody getting high around there? I hope you guys, if you approved it, how many marijuana places do you have in Lumberton?
So far, just one. So that's coming.
So please, keep it at 1. That doesn't show a good reflection. Kids look at that, people look at that and says, oh look, it's a marijuana place. It's okay to get a little high. And that's gonna carry over. I don't know why they have 7. Come on, it's ridiculous.
And one on the way. One on the way.
And another one on the way. Do we really need that? You don't need that. I know that's Mount Holly's problem, but press, Please be there for that. I invite you, I implore you to go. Please go to Mount Holly.
Sir, you have 30 seconds left.
I appreciate the time, but address that with her, embrace her, support her. As a committee, support her, give her love, give her the help she needs, and her family, and tell her that they need to work together. It's a family issue, it's not her. He threw her under the bus. It's not one person that has the disease, it's the family that has the whole disease. It's a group of people. Let's tell them to work together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Point of privilege. There are people trying to call in that have disability rights. They're trying to call in now to speak.
They didn't call to confirm.
They didn't call to confirm?
No, we did not. Only one gentleman called, and.
That one gentleman is going to be filing a complaint.
Okay.
All right? Just so you know, you guys are ignoring the calls, the phone is right there.
I'm not ignoring the call, the gentleman.
They're calling in.
I will
They
refer
have-
to the
excuse me,
solicitor for advice.
They're not up for public comment, and they did not request an ADA accommodation. And that phone is not an open phone. They have to request an
You've
ADA
allowed
accommodation for us
before,
to
but not
actually
this time.
provide them.
You've allowed before, but not this time for people to call in.
Since he provided public comment, I believe he already was.
He did, he called.
I called.
His, not you.
Someone else called.
Yeah.
The other gentleman called, and the number came up and was confirmed, and that was the only call I was taking because he was confirmed.
We provided the phone number to the person who requested ADA accommodations.
Other people are with accommodations. I work with people with disabilities, and they're trying to call in to express what they'd like to talk about in this town.
They have to call in prior.
They're calling in now, they're being ignored.
They have to call in.
I'm,
They have to call in prior.
They got,
You can't
It's just, it's not a live phone.
Well, I was actually told by Bobby that actually wouldn't happen, so nobody would call it, but I guess.
No, you were told by Bobby that
She did tell me that.
I didn't say that. I indicated,
Yeah, nobody else called to request ADA accommodation.
Nobody else called.
no,
Nobody
there's
else
only
called.
one individual who called me today.
There's a lot of people that have, disabilities that would like to call
We
in.
would have been willing to provide them an opportunity to provide public comment.
All right, you hear that?
However, they never requested.
Sir?
Well, the phone, I guess.
Yeah.
My name is Michael McCann. I'm at 77 Whitebridge Court in Lumberton. I don't know if I'm the only person in here who finds it funny that most of the dispensaries in Mount Holly are on High Street. But but I'm relatively new to this town. I have worked here for 4 years, and I'm embarrassed right now. I really am. I'm embarrassed to say that I live in Lumberton and that this has been allowed to go on. Everybody has seen the video. I've never seen anybody that bad. And that's our leader. And, you know, the past 2 times I've been here, that chair is empty. But the last thing she needs right now is to be the leader of this town. She needs help, okay? Because she had to go to the hospital because number 1, she was driving without a license. Number 2, she was driving a car that didn't belong to her. And number 3, she had a blood alcohol level that I've never heard being that high. She needs help. She can't get help while she's doing this job. There has to be some kind of morals clause. There has to be some kind of way where you guys, as our other leaders, are able to jump in and make sure that things are running right. Something very similar just happened on the national level, and I don't want to get into it, but we have to have these kind of safeguards in place. Because when something like this happens, and she can't be allowed to say, I'm just not going to give up my job. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got one quick question, comment. Mary Ann, of Lumberton Township, please allow this video to be posted. That's my final comment. Thank you.
Anybody else? We're gonna close the public comment portion. Committeeman Benson.
I think this week this week I'm just refraining from making public comment and move on with the agenda.
Committeeman Robinson, do you have a comment?
No, I don't have it.
Committeeman Smith, do you have a comment? No. I'm not gonna have any comments, just to say thanks again for coming out. I was going to respond, but I got cut off. I do agree with, the governor's sentiments. You asked, but it kind of got cut, so yeah, that's okay. But thanks for everybody coming out. And I just also want to say, like, this week, with the emails that have been coming in, with the committee deliberating and, you know, individually thinking about, how we're gonna move forward. It's been a lot, and so I thank you guys for still coming out. I thank you for your patience during this time. I understand everybody's outrage and upset. We're all residents, and we all feel it too. So we're gonna go into, I just wanted to say thanks to all of our professionals who have been available 24/7 pretty much since this happened. And again, to our police who behave with like decorum and professionalism and a duty to service. With that, do we have executive session?
Yes, we do.
And Bobby, please read the title of the executive session, resolutions for record, please.
Yes, Resolution 2025-86, resolution authorizing executive session pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12, matters relating to litigation, personnel matters, negotiation, and attorney-client privilege.
May I have a motion to approve resolution 2025-86 to go into executive session?
So moved, Benson.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Committeeman Benson?
Yes.
Committeeman Robinson?
Yes.
Committeewoman Smith? Yes. Deputy Mayor Fay?
Yes.
Yeah, it would probably be about 45 minutes, I would say. Maybe longer, but I haven't said 45 minutes.
Well, the action we take,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, when the action we take.
I don't believe in the action we take it
I
today.
do not believe so, but we will confirm that once we come out of the executive.
We'll confirm with that.
I'll see you guys.
Can we, know the answer to that? Say, we'll confirm before we come out.
Yeah, we will confirm once we come out of the executive.
And just to remind everyone that's present, it is still live streaming on YouTube, so anything that you can say will be broadcasted, so just keep that in mind, and thank you.